So let's download Tomcat. Let me launch Google Chrome. Just type Tomcat here. Tomcat download. By the time of this recording, there is version 9 available. Scroll down. As it is a Windows operating system, I will go with Windows installer, Windows Service Installer. I will click this. You can download the zip file also, but Windows Service Installer it will create shortcuts and everything in a single one. You don't need to manage all those things. It will give you a setup file. I clicked it, waiting for the download to start. Don't know why it is taking time. Oh, fine. Okay. Let's go with version 8 only. There is some issue with downloading version 9. Version 8 downloaded without any problem. I went to the similar page. It's downloading still. It created an entry like this. Just double click that. Let me install examples also. And host manager. Let's go with the defaults, and username password is option. Let me create shortcuts and user let's keep the user as Tomcat, password also Tomcat. So it is starting the service. You can see here. Once it is running, you can go to HTTP. If it is on the same server you install, you can type localhost, and the 88 is the port we mentioned there. It will open a page like this. If you want to access from network, just type ipconfig and you can get the IP address. Instead of localhost, you type this IP address. And if the machine is having a public IP, as is an Azure machine, I can connect it from anywhere in the world using the public IP of it. I can access it with the public IP also. 40.114.87.246. I can access with that. Just 1 minute. HTTP 40.114.87.246 and the port is 8080. Let's cross check whether it is the same IP. Yeah. And the problem, I need to enable this port also there, so that's why it is not accessible. I need to enable this port, open this port 8080, the Azure port, but still anyway, understood the logic, right? So let's go with the local thing, and if you go to the Tomcat installation folder, see program files as it is a 64-bit version. If it is a 32-bit version, it will go to the x86 folder. Tomcat 8.5. This is the installation directory, or you can call that as Tomcat home directory, where this Tomcat is installed. So if you want to shut down the server, you can simply click on this and type shutdown, or when you double click, you can click stop here, particular service. So this Tomcat contains many different folders. If you go to this bin, here you will get all the executables like Tomcat server and the service batch files and all. If you go to the lib, here you can contain Catalina.jar. These are all the different libraries specific to Tomcat. Internally it will use that, and even we can access use the same libraries in our Java application. Catalina.jar is the servlet specification. You can use this, and Tomcat or servlet API.jar is the implementation for this Catalina.jar. And what are the configurations, the username, password, and all this will be provided in this conf folder. Server.xml or users web.xml and all. And if you go to this web apps, in the logs folder, you will contain all the application logs whenever you want to troubleshoot this. In the web apps folder, you can host your different applications. If I create one, I can create my own folder here. UD, let's say. Let me open that, and here let me create a static resource here, new text file, HTML, just like a text file. Let me open this with Notepad++. Let me create a body tag inside this. Let me keep some data. Let me keep header here. So here you need to provide the folder name and the HTML. What is the HTML name? h.html. It will show that page directly with this heading one. It is interpreted here. If I provide the folder name only instead of this HTML, it will show no resource found. So by default I can set one page as the default page. When if the user provide only till this folder name, this default page will be visible. For that, what I will do is I'll create a page with name index.html. So when I type this till UD, let me refresh it. It will show that page. It will pick that index.html as the default page. So this is here you can provide static pages like this. The folder is UD is taken as the our particular website, and I told you in the Tomcat folder, in the conf folder, all the configurations related to the web server or application server is defined. So let me show you how to change the port number. So for that you need to edit this server.xml file. There will be a tag called connector. Here you can see the port number. Instead of 8080, let's keep a different port. Let's keep 9. There is some delay in this visual mission. So if you change the port here and restart the server, you can pick the new port number. Let me close this. If you remember in the servlet specification, if you go to the Java website, the specifications are created in servlet api.jar. This is the specification. Catalina.jar in the Tomcat folder is an implementation. It's a servlet container software, contains lots of implementation classes for this servlet container. Previously I mentioned wrong actually. Catalina jar is the implementation. Previously I told it is the interfaces. That's what I told earlier, but that is wrong statement. I am sorry for that. Servlet API.jar is the specification for the servlet. Catalina.jar in the Tomcat is an implementation for this one. We will include this Catalina.jar in the class path, but we will use the class names or interface names directly provided in the servlet API.jar only, so that if we change from Tomcat to some other server like WebLogic, we just need to change the jar file name. Unnecessarily we don't need to change our code. Understood? So what is a servlet actually? Servlet is a server-side technology that is given to develop dynamic and server-side web applications. Actually servlet is a single instance, multiple threads. It's a threading model. So one servlet will be running which will support multiple requests from the users in the form of threads. So all the requests, for every request separate thread will be created and it will be handled. So programmers will develop servlets by using the classes mentioned in servlet API. And coming to servlets, whenever you want to create a servlet like your own web application which is termed as servlet, you need to implement 3 different interfaces. One in Java x dot servlet is an interface. As it is an interface, you need to implement all the classes mentioned in that one. So instead of implementing all the not the class methods provided in this particular interface every time, even for small functionality, so what they have done is they created one more abstract class from the servlet interface called as generic servlet. It's an abstract class because partially it is implemented and we need to write code only for the major part. And coming to HTTP, there is one more package called as HTTP servlet that is not in this servlet package. It is inside this HTTP sub package with the name HTTP servlet. This is also abstract, but this is specifically for the HTTP protocol, HTTP and HTTPS. Generic servlet is more in generic form for any protocols. Servlet is an interface completely. So first we will implement the generic servlets, then we can go with these HTTP servlets. So and I will first I will create a HTTP servlet. I mean a generic servlet first, the example of this, and I will show you how to deploy that application in the Tomcat server in the next video.